Phil Clark is the director of Cinderella at the Everyman Theatre in Cheltenham this year. He's also the writer. During a break in a rather noisy rehearsal room, I asked Phil how long he'd been doing the pantomimes here.
Year 9.
Year 9?
Year 9.
How long will it go on?
Well, next year's is chosen already, so we know what we're doing. So don't ask me. I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise.
We'll be buying a little flat in Cheltenham next.
Yes, I know. Well, as I was saying earlier on this morning, it's becoming a 12-month job. As soon as I finish 1 year, we've chosen the next one. So I go away, I start writing, and then we're starting into auditioning. And
is it literally that? I mean, when you start, you know the title, but
yeah.
When do you start actually putting words on paper?
I start putting words on paper in March.
And you're thinking about casting at the same time?
Yes. Yeah, and what we want to do with it, and what we want to do, what's different to the way that we want to do it before. So, we're then going to start doing castings and getting new energies in and all that sort of thing. So, it is a 12-month job.
But you do lots of other things as well.
Oh gosh,
and
yes.
If they get the same amount of dedication.
Yes, yeah. You've got, as being a freelance director, that's what you are. You are a juggler. You're balancing this show, that show, this show, that show. But that's
how many shows do you do in a normal year?
About 7. I would think, yes. Yeah, about 7 or 8.
But some of those are repeats?
Some of them are repeats, but, straight from here I go to Rill to do panto. So, there's 2
You've got
coming.
a proper little routine though, don't you?
Yeah, that's nice. I haven't done one before this show. I've just finished doing September Tide over Daphne du Maurier over in Southwold.
I don't know that.
Lovely place. So there's always 4 or 5 or 6, plus those that you're developing. Because to set up a new show, I always say takes 2 years. So I've got 3 shows in development at the moment. So doing what we call R&D, research and development. So I've got 3 of those in development. So yeah, there's a constant. You sort of say, right, Monday is a panto day. I'm just going to concentrate on
Can
panto.
you do that? I mean, surely.
It changes. You've just got to be adaptable. But that's the joy, isn't it? Gosh,
better than being out of work.
And God forbid I got a proper job. Do you know what I mean? This is fantastic, isn't it? It's just lovely living.
But does it never jar? Do you never say, "Oh Christ, not Cinderella again"?
Well, yeah, but like this year, I've changed it around because I was very concerned about doing Cinderella with Willie. Because we've set up that relationship with Willie and his audience here as being glorious and it's celebratory. And the bottom line is, the sisters have got to be the baddies. And I thought, I've got to think about this because I don't think...
But it did actually work quite well, what it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes, but that was 4 or 5 years ago and Willie's to be...
And you didn't have Tweedy then.
Yes, and I think, times have changed. People expect Willie to be friendly and all that. So I thought, this is an opportunity to do something different with the sisters and to do them sort of as ab-fab, really. Do you know what I mean? And I thought what was interesting was to do them as consumerists. Yes, so they are about spending money. They are about shopping.
The ad fad thing is very good.
Yes, and consumerism is such a big thing for kids at the moment, and that being famous and being celeb. And I thought the sisters could be ruthlessly that. So there was an opportunity there to go for something different rather than just playing them as the dames. In panto, and then rewriting it in that way so that Willie could remain glorious with his relationship with the audience. So that's a real challenge. It's a real challenge, and something. For instance, I've got a great love of Wendy Abrahams, who I think is incredibly talented.
We share that.
Isn't it? She's just terrific. And I thought, yes, she's done Principal Boy, she's done Dandini, she's done Fairy. And I thought this would be nice for her to do something different again. And the great thing about someone like Wendy, being a local actress, she's up for something new. And she's,
It's also a better part. The bad is always a better part than the good fair. The good fair is a bit thankless, really. You come and wave your wand and spread a bit.
Absolutely. A bit more interested in this one when it's the fairy godmother. It's a bit more to do than other pantos. But I just think, so I'm really interested in developing that ab-fab thing because I think...
I think that sounds really good.
They're always in Primark shopping. They're always... do you know what I mean? Yes, they're always in H&M shopping. Do you know what I mean? It's all about consumerism.
Is there any sponsorship involved here?
Oh, I dare say there will be. I dare say there will be. And I think the worry for the Dame, has, that they're going to take her tax credits away. So how's she going to support them? Do you know what I mean? It's all that thing, because that's what banter's got to be, isn't it? It's got to have that contemporary element. Yes.
No, absolutely. But I mean, we've had this discussion 1,000 times before about you not using celebrities off the telly, because there was almost too much of this contemporary reference in things. It was too much of the moment, whereas pantomime should always be traditional.
Yes.
But as you described the Two Ugly Sisters, it seems to be an ideal sort of balance between the two.
Yeah, I think so. They are not famous actresses. Do you know what I mean? So they're going to deal with the character. I think one of the problems with when you've got famous people is that can you see through their famous bits.
But you're not expected to, and you're not encouraged to. They come on and do their turn.
And I think we have very successfully over the last 9-10 years here. Our box office has grown and grown and grown and grown, and people, are loving what we're doing, which is fantastic. Right. You're only as good as your last show, aren't you? That's why I love it, because we don't try to be anything else than honest to the performers that we've got, and they're very talented. They're very talented.
But you've got your core company is a lot smaller than it used to be.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's the same size company.
Yeah, but you used to have the core, which was 80% sound. Now it's only 40% the same.
Yeah, changing it around and bringing new performers on, bringing new people into it.
I mean, what I liked, we've had this discussion before, was that there was this rep feeling that it was always the same company, and Baron Harlot was always the same, and there was a consistency to it. Don't you think that having a larger permanent company rather than a smallish nucleus is better for the audience? Because I think the principal boy character is almost as important as the Dame in the structure of the piece.
And I think there comes a point where it's got to be a principal boy, not a principal man. And people get older. Do you know what I mean? And I think we've got to look at those things and new talent. And I think bringing on the new talent is really important, because let's face it, pantomime is one of the biggest employers in British theatre.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm excited by working with new people. There's a new energy, and with Wendy, Willie, Tweedy, and we're perpetuating those safeguards for people. And
where do you start? Do you start, how can we do this differently? Is that your starting point?
Yeah, and my point is, every time is to go back to the story. What is the story about?
But if you do things in a cycle of every 5 years, you're surely going to come up with the same answers.
Not necessarily. Like turning the so-called ugly sisters into the evil stepsisters this year is different. I think also looking at what are the contemporary issues at the moment. They're like consumerism. That was. Remember a few years ago, I did a very green one with Jack and the Beanstalk, and everything was about recycling and all that sort of thing. So I'm really interested in responding to what are the issues of the big issues of the day.
Any mention of Jeremy Corbyn?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. You know me. There's no way that you can't mention those things. They're expected, particularly in the evening shows. I think that is why it happened, wasn't it? Because it was when the fools took over the asylum. Because when the actor managers rested at Christmas, said I don't want to do anything, and they just didn't perform, and their companies created pantomime, they were naughty. And that's why boys just as girls just as boys, and they took the rise out of the actor manager and what was happening in society. And it is about being naughty and saying out loud what you're not supposed to say. And that's joyous, isn't it? That is joy. And every child's dream to say it out loud, and inside us is every child who'd love to say it anyway. So, I think it has to be naughty. I think it has to be naughty. And that's what keeps it dangerous and exciting.
Do you think naughty is the key word for pantomime?
Yes, I do. I love being naughty. And every child loves being naughty. And every adult, come on. So I think there is that.
No, but there is a sort of complicity in naughtiness. That...
There's lots of sorts.
And with pantomime, there is this complicity. Yes, you're being naughty, but yes, it's good fun, and we don't mind you on this occasion.
Yes, exactly.
Being naughty.
But it's that naughtiness that allows you to say something that you probably wouldn't be able to say in any other context, which I think is exciting.